What it do? What it do? Wait a minute now, Jordan, your
I
camera, you
didn't do
just
that.
flipped it.
It just did it on
You
its
turn
own.
sideways.
Wait, if you turned it? No, what you
Wait,
got going on up?
what you just do? There you go. What?
That's weird. Hold on. This
Yeah.
thing here doing all kinds of this thing is doing its own thing.
Look,
I
we
tell you
coming
what, the
in
devil
hot.
ain't this message, no matter what, this message finna get out there. So the devil been trying everything he
Absolutely.
can.
That's right. That's right. Well, let me do the formal introduction. We came in hot. Okay. So, for
Right.
everybody who's tuning in right now, I have an amazing brother right now online with me doing some great things, traveling the world, got some great things coming up. And, you know, your skits are hilarious. I met you here in St. Louis a while ago, and it was a pleasure. So, Mr. Jordan Jackson, I want to welcome you.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. We about to get some of these gems dropped out to the world. We finna knock
Yes.
this stuff on out, man. Yeah. So once again, everybody's out there watching. Get your pen and your pad, cause we about to put that good stuff on you right now.
Yes, and I want to say when I met you, you was here with Finesse Mitchell, and but your energy was amazing. You actually stayed and kicked it
Appreciate
with us on the radio station, and we had a
it.
whole day party as usual. But
Yes.
yeah, good energy. So I'm happy to sit down with you today to learn more about like your journey into
Uh,
the comedy world. So let's go on and kick it off and find out how you got started.
well, it's funny. My whole life, I've been nothing but naturally funny. But I
Mhm.
used to disrupt class, all kinds of it's just always the funny guy. The girls make us laugh and all that stuff. And my teachers used to tell me, listen, if you're quiet for back then class was an hour. If you just give us 50 minutes, the last 10 minutes you can get up and make the whole class laugh. Just let us get our lessons in, let us
Oh,
teach everybody. And that really was the birth of me not being afraid to get in front of people. But I always been naturally funny, never just try to make
mhm.
people laugh. It's always been me being me.
I love that. Then now that's funny that the teachers had to say, "Okay, now just let us get this in."
Shout out to Miss Rivera.
You definitely was a class clown. Now tell everybody where you
I'm originally from
from.
California. I live in Atlanta. Been in Atlanta since 2000. So you might as well say I'm from Atlanta now, pretty much. But that I got that California hustle,
Yeah.
that California grind in me. So when I got
Okay.
to Atlanta,
Okay.
never seen our people doing so great and not selling drugs or doing anything illegal. Just people with nice cars, big houses, working class people that were doing great. And I said, oh, yeah, this is a
Yeah.
place for me. I went back, got my Lincoln, and drove back from California and been in Atlanta ever since. Yep.
Really? That's dope. I'm gonna be there at the end of this month, so I might have to see
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
for
at if you
sure.
got a
Got to throw
show
you in my
to.
storyline. Get you
Yeah.
rolling on these skits for real, though. Yes.
Let me know. I will be there. I'm gonna be there the 29th, 30th, 31st. I'm gonna be there
I
that
bet.
weekend.
It's a done deal. I'm
Yes,
finna write you in.
yes.
I'm
I'm gonna
glad you
be
told me.
exactly. And also, let everybody know. I mean, you say you started off in the classroom, that took away all your, nervousness being in front of people because you just naturally like I'm being me. When did you first hit the
I first did the
stage?
stage. I took Jeff Justice's writing class, and as a graduation, you do stand up, and so I took the class. We did our graduation at a big club called the Punchline here in Atlanta, and he pulled me to the side. I had a great show, and he's like, "You got something that the rest of my students don't have." He said, "People like you from the time you walk out on stage." And he was like, you got the likability, you're naturally funny. If you write every day and stay clean, you're gonna be successful in this business. I'm so glad I listened to it because he was like, Eddie Murphy got his first break on Saturday Night Live. Then he did Raw. But don't cut anybody out. Be
Mm,
clean. Do the stuff that you got to do. And I'm so glad I listened to him. And here it is, all these
yeah,
years later,
yeah.
man, and being able to make a living off of making people laugh was just such a blessing.
That's super dope, super dope. And then so you do a lot of skits and things with
Hmm.
Country Wayne, right? So how did you all end up
Well, it was funny
connecting?
because Country Wayne came to my home club, and I was all excited that he was coming in there. So he was in the green room, and I ran into the green room, and I was like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I'm Jordan Jackson. He's like, "Yeah, I know you are. I see your videos and stuff." And I'm like, "Wow, you doing?" His brother Prince Tate was in there, and it was just like a breath of fresh air being able to open for him. He was like, "Oh, you clean too?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Man, I got some shows coming up. I'm getting ready to put my tour together, man. I think you'll be a good fit." And people say that all the time when you open for them and stuff. So, I didn't really think nothing else about it. I was like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. But I know that's not happening.
Yeah.
Couple of months later, I get the call. He's like, "Yeah, I'm starting my tour and you're on it." And I was like, I just couldn't believe
Mm.
it. And the first show was in Columbia, South Carolina, at the Comedy House. And when I went up there, when I tell you I never performed in front of that many people, when I tell you I went up there and died a slow death. Yeah, I wish it was a hero story
So
where I went
wait,
up there
I
and
mean,
destroyed it. And I did okay. I did good, but it was not how I thought it was going. I was nervous. It was a lot of
yeah,
people. And so I was like, okay, well, we did that the whole weekend and I just did okay. And I was like, well, when it was time to get paid, I didn't even look at Wayne. I just bagged in and just put my hand out and was like, "Thank you for the opportunity, brother." You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Yeah, we got some more shows in Memphis." And I was like, "We do?" Because I thought for sure I was fired. He's like, "No, you."
you thought you was
Yeah, he's
out.
like, "No, you'll get it, man. You know what I'm saying? You naturally funny. Just let them know that you ain't just a regular person that just came up on this stage. I chose you. I picked you to ride with me." And so we went to Memphis and I let
Yeah,
them know, you know what I'm saying? I gave them a little testimonial first about how Wayne, believed in me and brought me on the road with him that connected with the audience. And then never had to look back after
yeah.
that. It was just great, great shows.
See, yes, it's something about the relatable stories and where everybody feel like family.
Exactly.
That just takes
And that's great that you say that
off.
because every different and those the people that are waiters and management that are at these comic they see shows time and time again, and that's the big thing. It's like they're like, it's like you are cousin, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get on the stage, they're like, we've been
Yeah,
knowing you. And that's your presence and your energy is just it's just a breath of fresh air, and it just feels good when you put in that hard work of grinding and bombing and going through
yeah,
all that in Atlanta. Because if you can survive in Atlanta as a stand-up comedian, you could survive anywhere because they don't play. They don't give a dang about no fame. They don't give a dang about none of that. You get about a 6 minute curve with your fame, but you better be
okay,
funny in Atlanta. They don't play.
that's it. So that's it.
Yeah.
Cutthroat.
Cut the ray. Hey, don't Mr. Sandman, I'm telling you, he come out on you quick. They don't play in
Yeah.
Atlanta. You better be funny.
I tell everybody, how hard was it to stay committed to clean comedy? Because you people are out here and they think that's what they have to do. They got to curse and do all this extra stuff to be successful, but you stuck to your
Yeah.
guns. But did you face any challenges trying to stick to
Nah,
it?
it wasn't because I've always was clean. Now it'd be different if I was a dirty comedian who had to become clean to get on the show with Country Wayne. And you see, that's the thing
Mm,
is, and a lot of people say, "Well, I can do clean," but your subject matters. So just because you ain't cussing, if you're, what I'm saying, a clean show, it's still different because if you go into a church and you ain't cussing, but you still talking about stuff that you shouldn't be talking about, that's not a clean show. That's a non-cussing show. And there's there's
right,
there's a huge difference.
right.
you know?
Yeah, right.
So, I learned that,
Yeah, right.
and it was, and I don't knock anybody who has to cuss because we need
Yeah.
all types of comedy. But for me, if you take out the cussing and you can't get a laugh, then do you have a joke? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes if
Mm,
the cussing, if there's a place for it, it needs to be there. Then to me, it makes sense. So it's tomatoes. There's room for it all. As we see, there's different successes for different people. Some do clean, some do dirt.
yeah, yeah. You got some amazing things happening for you. You have a book you getting ready to
Yes,
release. Let
man.
everybody know what it's about, where we can find it when it's ready.
Yeah, it's
Give us the
actually
scoop.
already out. It's on Amazon. It's called How to Monetize
Yeah.
Your Social Media Platforms. I've been through a lot of things that I done wrong to build my page up. So I'm saving you a whole lot of time. And there are a lot of people that have businesses that have desires to get into social media to create content, and it's not so easy in the beginning, and a lot of people are right there, but they're looking for that instant gratification, and it's not that simple. It's you have to build. You know, when you put a seed in the ground, you don't see what's going on underneath it, but it's still growing first before the fruit comes up. And a lot of people quit before they can get a leaf or two, or before they get that the little bitty peach before they get a big one. And you got to understand that it takes time to do this. And what my book does, a simple book, it just helps you to get these steps to where it doesn't take as much time. But you're still gonna have to be dedicated. You know, social media building is it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? It's not a race. You know, you gotta take your time, but you gotta be dedicated and put in that time and connect with your fans.
Yeah. Listen, I already know. When I tell you I quit every day with social media, I
It can
quit
get
every
frustrating
day.
because you put
So
all that
believe
time in.
me, it's a full-time job. I see why people get paid to do what
Yeah,
they do.
real talk,
That is
real
not my
talk, real
lane.
talk.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Is there anybody you have not worked with yet that you like? It'll be an honor to grace the stage
Oh
with.
man. That's funny. I wouldn't say the stage, but I definitely would like to do, what I'm saying, a few movies. I would love to do a movie with Eddie Murphy. I would love to do a
Mhm.
movie with Jim Carrey. That
Oh
would
man, that's my
yeah, yeah.
favorite. Now
Yeah.
that's the guy. It ain't nobody like
Yeah, I
him
mean,
yet.
I just did a movie with Country Wayne, which is a huge movie that's going into theaters. I think it's either gonna be April or May. With Tabitha Brown and Coco Jones,
Nice.
Loretta
Yes.
Devine, and a whole bunch of other
Yes.
great actors. So looking forward to that. But yeah, it will be nice.
What's the name of the movie? What's the name of the movie? We
The
ready.
name of what is the name of the movie? Because they done changed it three. um, y'all gonna have to wait and see because I don't know what's the official. I
Okay,
don't know
you
what the
said
official name is because it was one thing and then they end up changing it. So just stay tuned. Trust me, you know
yeah.
how Wayne do. He finna promote the heck out of it. So
Yes.
it's either I think it's gonna be a
Exactly.
chance for love, but I don't really know for sure. But I think it's gonna be a chance.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. Excited
Oh
to
yeah,
see it, support, share, like, subscribe. But yeah, so what was that experience like?
that was amazing. Because first of all, I've done plenty of movies, but once I did this movie, I realized I ain't done no movies. Not to talk about the people in the other movies, but there were smaller budgets, different type of films. So this was a
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
huge budget film. So limousine comes, picks me up, takes me to my dressing room. I get there and almost shed a tear. I look at the door and and I see my name with a star over it and it just says Jordan Jackson, homeless man. I was like,
Okay.
wow, I done made it.
That's so dope. That's so dope. You said
I
I
done
made
made
it.
it.
Okay,
Jordan
I
Jackson,
know.
homeless man.
Yeah.
The best homeless man. I'm gonna get an Oscar for my homeless man, I promise.
Exactly. They say, hey, it don't matter what role you play, you better play it
Exactly.
well, right? That's it. Well, congratulations to you for that because hey, everybody don't have that opportunity and you had it, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. And what else do you have coming up for you? When is your next show? What can we
My
expect?
management team is working on a few shows that are coming up. I just signed with the talent agency, so I got some commercials and some different things in the works. So God is
Congrats.
so good. There's a lot of
Yes.
things going on. Been in a lot of meetings. My series, I got three new series that I'm releasing on my page, and my first series is called The Spot and it's doing really well.
Mm.
And I teamed up with Shell Purcell and my boy Pablo Alaman and a few other comedians, Ron, Way, and Charmaine, and put this series together. And I'm excited about it because It's that time to put my producer's hat on. I've been producing, but this is the time that
Mhm.
I produce something for myself. I've been really doing a lot of associate producing and helping with other projects, but this is my first project that I'm working on, and actually directing, casting, and writing. Also, Chef Purcell is a producer on the series with me, so she keeps me in place and nice and organized, and she's been a blessing in disguise. So it's just good to have a team and,
Yeah.
and, and, and work with individuals and continue to plant seeds and continue to build and help people and get, laughter. My emails and my DMs is just full of things of people being able to, get a smile for the day. And that's what I look forward to every day.
Yeah, yeah. So you doing it. I noticed like your t-shirts and your pearl, all that stuff. I'm like, that's so dope. It
Yeah,
look
man.
good. Are you selling your content and all that stuff? The
Oh yeah, of course.
shirts and what
I
else you
sell my
got?
Look at
Hats?
God shirts, and man of God and woman of God. Everything is Christian based.
I love that.
So that's that my thing is to be able to give clean comedy that the whole family can enjoy. And I got a lot of things that I got coming up with kids and kids comedy shows and a kids series that I'm putting
Yeah.
together. So it's a lot of good things happening. And at this part of my life, I'm just learning every day. And I think a lot of people don't understand how important it is to be getting better every day, to be feeding our mind, to be learning different things,
Mm,
and making sure not only do we learn, but that we help other people learn, our children, our family
yeah.
members. Because anytime that you're learning things and you're not being a gatekeeper and you're passing that along to people, that is a
That part.
huge,
Yeah.
huge plus, for building the kingdom of God and just having the things that we need to help people. And if we had everybody with that same mindset, the world would be a whole lot better. Get that mindset together. Get it together.
Yes, really. And I was just getting ready to ask, like, do you teach? It's some kids out here that was probably just like you, right? In class, acting a fool. They may be interested in comedy. And because you do clean comedy, it's a good example working with youth to be able to say, hey, this is a lane you can go into. Is that something you do in your community? Like, teach some
Oh yeah, yeah.
courses or anything
That's
like
what
that?
I'm doing right now. Is I'm
Okay.
actually putting the courses for the social media stuff, and then I plan on working with Andre and giving some of my services back to him, the mayor of Atlanta, and putting some stuff together and just trying to get back to the community and be able to,
Yeah.
my vision is to put these comedy shows together with children that are in school and allow them to perform, but have the parents in the audience. So, because the thing is, as influencers, what we don't understand is the responsibility that we have is mom and dad. Just like when we was growing up, there wasn't no social media influencers, but influencers have always been around, and so we'll listen to
Yeah.
them before we listen to mom and dad. So if you can make it funny and
Absolutely.
humorous, but still get the points across, because we didn't know how hard our parents had to work to get us the things that we wanted. We just wanted them. But if we knew that it took
Right.
mom had to work 2 days to get that bicycle that you cried about. We didn't think it in those type of values. We just wanted it. And if we didn't get it, you was mean. You know what I'm saying? Or we
Hmm.
pouted,
Hmm.
but we
Yeah.
didn't understood the responsibilities and things that it takes for our parents to get us not only the things that we need, but the things that we want.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. Man, that's so dope. I love it. I admire that you are on this grind and hustle. You out here doing your thing. And I love it. I love comedy. I love laughter. I come from a whole family of goofy people. When I say goofy, it's ridiculous. So when I met you, I'm like, yeah, you did immediately feel like family. So I mean, I feel like, man, you keep doing what you're doing, rocking it out here and really grinding and hitting the stage like you have been and bringing that joy because we appreciate it. We need it. And you doing your thing. So is there anything else, any advice you want to give to anybody who is starting out on this comedy journey, who may want to keep it clean or who just, want to have an opportunity to be seen or in front of people, an audience to get their journey
Yeah,
started?
just know that you got to put in the work, and I hate when people always say just keep going up, show consistency. Yeah, that's a part of it, but be trying to get better every day. Get with some of these veterans. Not all the veterans are the type. You know, some will blow you off and be like, "Hey man, just keep going up." You know, but there's some. You got some, the Rodney Perrys and the LeVar Walkers and the
Yeah.
Ali Sadiq. These people that love to talk comedy. Ryan Davis. These people who love to talk comedy anyway. These guys, you know, hit them up and pick the brain, but you have to understand that it's not overnight. Like it takes a lot of work. Like and that's why I love that I got the respect
Yeah.
of a lot of comedians in the comedy community because I went through the mud. I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? I was bombing every week and was showing up every week because I knew I was naturally funny. I just had to figure out how to do it on stage, and I couldn't figure out how everyone else was so consistent. But they were so consistent because they were doing it consistently. They had a set. They've been doing it so long, they know what works
Mm,
and they know what doesn't work. So once I got my set and got to the level, I was like, and then you see the newcomers or comedians that are coming in. It's like, okay, it's it's just putting in the work, the time, the dedication, write about yourself and your life, and the experiences, you know, that's that stuff that you say in your mind that you don't want nobody to know about. That is the comedy right there. You know, everybody done looked at one person or another and be
yeah.
like, "Woo, it could be worse."
Right, right. I mean, and you're right, and it's relatable because we all got always say we always got somebody in our family that's the drunk uncle or
Right.
the drunk just saying or the
Our
funny
whole
stories
family,
where
and the
you know
talent, you know, our talent was honed. I did a post the other day while I was saying old school family reunions always turn into a talent show somehow. And a lot of the stuff whether it's a radio jockey, a DJ, a spoken word, all of that stuff came from the family reunion and you being able to get in front of your family and just have fun and show your talent. Some could dance, some can, but
yeah,
we were used to entertaining ourselves, and don't be discouraged. It is gonna be rough sometime, especially with stand up. So you know it will have you. Well, you know maybe this ain't for me. Well, you want to, and you just got to keep fighting. Figure out what didn't work. Record every set. Don't be afraid because for the
mm,
longest, it took me so long to get consistently funny. And even Wayne was like, "Yo, bro, come on." His whole crew, everybody on the crew was like, man, Jordan just was the same old stuff saying. Well, now I was writing every day, but I was so afraid because it took me so long to get consistently funny that I didn't want to give that up. And it's funny, I would be so afraid to do new material, and then I do the new material and it would hit. And it's just like you got to take the chances and you got to be uncomfortable
yeah,
and understand that's
yeah,
how it is. And if it don't work, if you wrote it as funny, you just got to go through that repetition of doing it and figuring out your timing of the material and then go from there. But you
hmm,
know, I wouldn't change anything because you got to learn that on your own. That you know, it's okay for something
yeah,
not to work. You know that's a part of the growth because if you're just doing the same old thing, you're not going to get no growth. Now you're going to kill, and that's going to
yeah,
be good because funny is funny, but you need that growth. And that's not just in stand, that's just in life, period. You know, so you can't be content with where
yeah,
you're at. You know, you're on the radio, but now you're doing your podcast, you have aspirations of more, of doing more. And it don't matter how many people, and when I started my YouTube, I ain't have but one person like everybody else. And I worked on it. So couldn't wait to get my silver plaque. And I got that after the 100,000. But then when you get the more you get, the more you want. Now I want the million. I'm out
uh-huh.
287,000. And instead of being grateful for that, dang man, I want a million. I want a million. But there's some people that would be so happy to
Uh-huh.
have 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah, yeah, right. Personal journey, personal goal. And then the fact is, like you said, that, they didn't quit on you. They ain't seen you home. They kept saying, nah, I'm going to give them a chance. So there's speak values of Country Wayne and the
Yeah, for
crew,
sure.
because like you said, you thought it was
Oh
over,
man.
but
Yeah, Wayne saw something
he
in me
kept you in
way
that place.
before anybody
Yeah.
else did because no, you know, there was comedians that gave me opportunities. Don't get me wrong, like in Atlanta, but no one took me on tour and gave me an opportunity to get better. because I didn't come in. I didn't come
Mm.
in good. And watching him, I seen his transition. I seen him turn from an entertainer, a more of a steady entertainer comedian, into a real comedian. And we would be on the elevator and he'd be like, yeah, and I promise you, I'm not cheating my fans. I'm not giving them no same show every year. When they come back there and pay their money, they're gonna get a different show. And he literally was dedicated to making sure that show was new every time, and he go and put in that time to do it. So when you were there, you know what it takes to, and when you see that, and you see the growth and the family and the hard work, and then you
Mhm.
see the
Yeah.
prosperity of that. It's just amazing, because just seeing him and what he did with that page, like I ain't seen nothing like it. And then it was just inspiration for me to build mine as well. And it's just it's nothing but
Yeah.
nothing but love between, and Mike Bless as well, who really took me up under the wing. Because when when Wayne had to go out of town to out the country to New Zealand to shoot another huge movie, Mike Bless was left in charge of the page. And Wayne was like, all right, just use Jordan because the people know him, and just put him in a few skits. But Mike was like,
Yeah.
shoot, hold on, man, they know you in front. It was way more than a few skits. It was every skit until the rest of that stuff was built. And he literally gave me my first chance to be an assistant producer and director, help with the casting, write storylines, and the D storyline is still rolling to this day. And that was my real life. I was in that
Mhm.
poker world and all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, just set it up to where the goons, I owe the money. And it was just amazing to
Yeah.
see where it went from that part to where it is now. And it was just a blessing, because Mike Bless
Yeah.
could have just did everything on his own, but he gave me that opportunity to be a huge part
Nice.
of the building of that. And I'll never forget.
Yeah. And that's important. Like you said, not gatekeeping and just really giving people a chance. Cause I mean, it's enough for everybody. That's how I always think about it. But Jordan, let everybody know again how to find your book and how to get in touch with you if they want to hire you or, just
Yeah, yeah.
follow.
Follow me at Who is Jordan Jackson on all platforms. Who is Jordan Jackson? You want to get the book? Is How to Monetize Your Social Media Platforms. Just put in Jordan Jackson on Amazon, and boom, that thing will come right up. And the JordanJacksonShow.com is the website if you want to go and join my email list and get exclusive stuff for merchandise,
Yeah.
discounts, and tickets. So, hey, this has been a great show. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. No, I appreciate it. Look, you like family. I don't know when you coming to St. Louis
Soon,
again,
because
but
I'm
I'm
coming
sure
to do the city
soon.
winery. So it'll be
Okay.
it'll be real soon. And thank you for, when I got there, it was nothing but love and staying in contact and just making sure, a lot of time people that are on the radio are real. If you ain't the guy, the big person that came, you know what I'm saying? It's you kind of get looked over. But nah, I didn't get those vibes when I came to the radio station. And keep being that
Yes.
same way, because the relationships that we build are so important. And a lot of people, that's another advice
Yeah.
I can give you. Don't matter how high you get, don't ruin the relationships that
Yeah.
you've built. Now,
I'm telling you, I tell people all day long that relationships are important. And the thing about it for me is that every celebrity that I meet who has made millions and trillions are the most humblest people I know. And, you would turn around and, see people on a local level that just damage relationships and don't treat people right. Like you said, I'm like, my mama just raised me well. She say it's always somebody better.
exactly.
Right. So you got to always treat everybody the same. Just know that to stay humble and stay meek. And so, yeah, I thank my mama for that.
Yeah, shout out to my mama too. Shout out
Gotta
to my
thank
mama, because
shout
thank you
out
for
to my
all the
mama for
whoopings.
that.
I wear a
That's right.
t-shirt right now and keeping me in some church. Thank you, mama. Thank you, and thank you for praying for me and all the
Right, with them
things.
house shoes.
Yes,
Yes, the house shoe whooping, the
all of it.
extension cord whoopings, all of them. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yes. And I appreciate you, Jordan, for taking time out your day, out your schedule to chat it up with Kalonda Kay. For those who are watching. I got to give my shout out to KJ's, y'all. KJ's on Broadway. They are always doing some major. Y'all know they got a show every Wednesday night. So get there. I'm sure, Jordan, you'll be coming there at
Oh
some
yeah,
point
for
as
sure. We
well.
working
But
on it. We
yeah, it
working
is
on it.
where the grown folks, yes, where the grown folks be. And then people don't know that's the location where a lot of major celebrity comedians and artists have started out at
Yeah.
KJ's or with Kenny, which is the owner. And so we got T, big shout out to T as well. So yeah, I can't wait to see you
Oh
come on
yeah.
in, and we're gonna continue to support, like, share, subscribe, watch, and keep
For
climbing.
sure.
So
For
I
sure. I
appreciate it.
appreciate you.
Yes, yes. Thank you. And you have a good night. Thanks
All
everybody
right.
for
Thank you guys.
watching. This is Kalonda Kay.